Hello everybody, Pinstripe here. Welcome to Before You Buy, the one-off video that I've been meaning to make for some time because of the lack of knowledge the community seems to have regarding the PC version of Hogs of War. But before we get into the juicy stuff, let's first look at some background history. In November 2000, Hogs of War was ported from PlayStation 1 to PC. Its lead programmer, Andrew Fox, built the 3D engine for the PC along with networking and sound. The sound and art assets were shared across platforms with an increase in poly count on the PC version. 14 years later, on the 28th of August 2014, the PC version of Hogs of War is released onto GOG.com, followed by a year later with a port to Steam on the 28th of July 2015. In both cases, the port to these platforms was handled by the publisher Alternative Software, but it also included several gigantic flaws. To put it plain and simple, the PC version is broken. The AI pigs can't move, meaning they can't run around the map. Instead, they just remain on the same spot, regardless of any damage that is dealt to them. Sure, the pigs can still take their turn, but it doesn't make it much of a strategy game if the pigs you're fighting against don't change their position. But how did this happen? How did a bug that is so monumentally large still make it through development? Last year when I met the Reheated team, I did ask Jacob Habgood in person, who told me that it was due to a key piece of the source code being lost during the porting by Alternative Software. This version of the game has never and probably will never receive an update to fix this issue, as without that vital piece of the source code, it can never be done. And this is without even mentioning all the other issues that the game currently suffers from. Now, to list a few of them, the music across the entire game plays out of sync at random times without any form of cohesion as to what is currently happening on screen. The networking or online multiplayer is broken, like seriously it's just dead. Even through a platform like Steam that encourages playing with friends, you just can't. If you want to tab out of the game at any point, then too bad, because it will crash your desktop every single time. If you're on Windows 8 or Windows 10, then tough shit, because you're going to have to jump through hoops to get the game running. If you were to ask me within the community what is the #1 question you get asked, and wholeheartedly it has to be,
how do I get it to work on Windows 10? No work on
Need
Windows 10.
help Windows
Please
10
help
no
me,
work.
I have
Why?
been searching for solution to Windows 10 no fix for Hogs of War.
and this is the primary reason as to why I'm making this video, because I need you guys to know that the PC version is not worth your time or money. It costs about £5 on Steam and GOG.com, but for the love of God, I do not recommend buying it. And sure, you can sit there and say,
But Pin, graphically it's superior, the poly count is higher, therefore it's better.
no. If I'm talking about my own personal opinion, then I'd have to say no. Graphically, to me, it is not superior compared to the PS1 version. Yes, you have the higher poly count, but that's about it. The game feels just washed out to me. The colours aren't as deep as the original, and ultimately, I can't recommend this version to you guys. So my rating, which is being generous, is 3 out of 10. There are fixes to the Windows 8 and Windows 10 bug, but it's just not worth it in the long run. Ironically, in an article written last month in April, Andrew was interviewed by Lad Bible and is quoted as saying, "I wrote both the AI and the camera code for both platforms, with the same codebase being used on both. With only a few concessions made on the PS1, it simply didn't have the power to allow the AI to think quite as deeply as on the PC." I know that at the time when Andrew was working on this port, the intention was to have all of these elements functioning as they did on the PlayStation, with the added bonus of online multiplayer, but it just didn't turn out that way. Instead, what I would prefer to offer you is the ability to actually play the PlayStation version of Hogs of War through an emulator on your PC, along with functioning online multiplayer. You'll find a tutorial as to how to do that at the end of this video, so if you are interested, then do check it out. Obviously, everyone is welcome to their own opinion on the PC version of Hogs, and I don't mean to bash it so much and indeed so heavily in this video, but personally I don't think it should be worth anyone's time. In the early days of making Hogs of War videos, I would mainly record footage through using the PC version, but truthfully, I regret using it so much. In my defense, it was a time before I discovered emulators and how to play the PlayStation version on my own PC, which is why I'm making this video, to pass this knowledge of this broken port to those within the community that currently don't know. So before you buy Hogs of War PC, remember, it's broken. If you have any thoughts or opinions or feelings about this topic, let me know in the comments, and as always, if you haven't already, please do subscribe and join the Hogs of War community Discord. We're nearly at 400 members, and of course if you have any Hogs of War related issues, then we can help you out there as well. But in the meantime, I will catch you guys later for the next one.